nursing in Australia. And then I became a licensed immigration advisor in 2015. I'm also a registered migration agent and a qualified education agent counselor. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Gloria. Sanya, would you like to go next?
Yeah, hi, hello, hi everyone. My name is Sanil Haria. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager at New Zealand Tertiary College. I look after international students from Southeast Asia, especially Philippines and Malaysia, and also South Asia, including Sri Lanka and other South Asian countries. So it's great to connect with all of you today, and give you some insights about the courses what we offer in teaching in early childhood. And yeah, I just came back from my trip to Philippines and Malaysia. So I was there for 2 weeks. So very good
Excellent.
response, and I'm very excited to meet some of the other students today as well. So thank you, RBS team, thank you, Becky, Rick, do this webinar today exclusive with NZTC.
Pleasure. Thank you, Sanya. I would like to welcome my colleague Song Lim to talk about himself as well.
Hi, everyone. This is Sun Lim. I'm based in Auckland. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. I've been doing this immigration service for more than 10 years in New Zealand. I'm originally from Malaysia, but I've been living in New Zealand for past 20 years. So if you have any questions, please do key it in the Q&A chat box. Then we'll answer your question after the presentation.
Very well, thank you, Song. Myself, my name is Becky Young. I'm the regional partner at IBS Intellect. I look after the North Asia region. As you can see, I have an Asian face. So originally, I came from China more than 20 years ago to New Zealand. So I went to the tertiary education in New Zealand, as well as worked in New Zealand institutions as a marketer for quite a long time now. It's my pleasure to host today's webinar and have our panelists with us today. Um, Move on to next. Why New Zealand? So New Zealand, we all know that New Zealand's well known about pure and green and beautiful, but we also have an excellent education system that attracting millions of students coming to far, far away from the rest of the world to study here, enjoy the beautiful nature, as well as our advanced education system. All of our universities, in fact, we have 8 universities, and all 8 of them are all ranked in the top 500 universities in the world. So imagine that's all we have, but every single one of them are ranked very high. We are a very diverse society, and we have a diverse range of study options that you can look at, from whether that's teaching, you can look that's AI, you name it. New Zealand, if you look at the population, but we have a wider range of study options. And of course, in this beautiful country, it's safe and peaceful. There's no doubt that you will absolutely enjoy the life living in New Zealand. Um, Work while you study. We're going to talk about this a bit in further details later, because our international students at tertiary level are eligible to work while you study, as well as beneficial to work for a number of years after you've completed your tertiary education here. And last but not least, people do have a quality of life that we intend to enjoy our life, enjoy the after work, and enjoy the weekends and the outdoor activities. So that's not all of why New Zealand. There's heaps of more that we can talk about, but let's just focus on our teaching education in today's webinar. Let me know if I'm going too fast. But next, we are going through in the New Zealand education system. So basically that we're looking at, we have 10 levels of study. Level 1, that's a certificate, and all the way to level 10 at doctoral degrees. For today's program, we will look at mostly the tertiary education level, which is level 6 and 7, and yeah, so 6 and 7 and 8. So that's where most our Filipino students are interested in those um, programs. We will talk about this bit more in the next, in the later on stage. Okay. And in today's presentation, that we are welcome to Sanil to talk about the programs that's available at NZTC. Sunil, I would like to pass that on to take over the screen sharing.
Yeah, sure. I'm already shared my screen. Becky, can you confirm you can see my PowerPoint?
Just a second, so I can stop sharing and just be able to see yours. Very good, I can see yours.
Sure, great. So thank you everyone to coming to this short presentation about New Zealand Tertiary College. So we are New Zealand Tertiary College offer courses in early childhood teacher education in New Zealand. So if you're looking to be teachers in New Zealand, teaching very young kids in the age group of 0 to 5 years, we do offer courses which are high skilled as per Immigration New Zealand, and also offers benefits in terms of the job outcomes, and being a skill. These some of these courses also lead to Teachers Council registration in New Zealand. So this is our mission and vision statement, which empowers and values people and is committed to empowering students to care, educate, and serve meaningfully and effectively by providing comprehensive and professional programs. Because at the end of the day, all our students are looking to be ECE teachers, making difference in the life of young children in New Zealand or back in their home country or wherever they are. They say they make a huge difference in the life of young children and the communities as a whole. Why NZTC? A very common question among all of you. So New Zealand Tertiary College is an NZQA Category 1 provider, which means all our NZQA is New Zealand Qualifications Authority under Ministry of Education, which means all our qualifications are approved and accredited by the New Zealand government. And also we're a Category 1 provider, which means we got the highest rating from NZQA in terms of our educational performance and assessment, and support to international students. We are the largest early childhood teacher education institute in New Zealand with 42 years of history. So this year we're celebrating our 42nd year. We started in 1982, so we're one of the largest and provider of early childhood teacher education qualifications. Two of our qualifications, graduate diploma in teaching and bachelor's of teaching, they lead to teachers registration. So if you're looking to work as an early childhood teacher in New Zealand, you have to study a qualification that leads to registration with a body of teachers called New Zealand Teaching Council. Then only you can work and practice as a teacher in New Zealand. We also offer pathway programs. So if you're a high school graduate from your home country, you can also look into our pathway programs, diploma level 5, level 6, leading to bachelor's of teaching qualification. So for example, if you're K-12 graduate from Philippines or SPM graduate from Malaysia or O levels, A levels from Sri Lanka, then you can look into studying our bachelor's qualification with pathway from diplomas as well. What makes us very unique is we have intake starting every Monday between January and November. So you can choose to start, you can choose your own start date because the mode of study is blended learning, and you can choose to start between January and November this year. So we have intakes coming up in the next few months, always on Mondays till 4th of November. What makes us again very unique, and the fact the international students love to enroll with us, is that our programs combine field experience and field practice, which gives you an opportunity to do work in an EC center while you study through with us. So in terms of qualifications, we offer undergraduate qualifications, graduate diploma in teaching, and bachelor's of teaching. These are most popular qualifications with our international students. We also offer bachelors of education. So the difference between bachelors of teaching and bachelors of education is bachelors of teaching lead to teachers registration, whereas bachelors of education does not lead to teachers registration. And then we also offer diploma level 5 and level 6, which I'm going to explain all these qualifications in detail in next few slides.
Right. Sorry to stop you there, Daniel. We've got a couple attendees asking questions. We will come back to your questions after Daniel's presentation. Hope that's okay. Carry on, Daniel. Thank you.
Yes, that would be great because there's a whole lot of information which will be covered in my PowerPoint, which I hope to
Yes.
answer those questions as well. So this is the most popular qualification among our international students because a lot of our international students already hold a bachelor degree from their home country. So graduate diploma in teaching is a very popular qualification. It's a level 7 qualification that leads to Teachers Council registration, which will allow you to work as a qualified ECE teacher. The entry requirement is you need to hold a 3 years bachelor's degree. Now, it can be any bachelor's degree. So it's not a requirement that you need to have a qualification in teaching or education from your home country. It can be any bachelor's degree, and we do not require work experience as well. So as long as you have a bachelor's degree from a government university or a recognized university, you can meet our academic entry requirements. We do need English language requirements. So, for example, as this is set by Teaching Council, so one of these are for some of the English language requirements we can accept. So, language 35 out of 50 in each band, PTE of 65 overall with 65 in each band, IELTS academic of 7 overall with 7 in each band. We also accept CELTA and Cert TESOL. So, these are some of the English language tests which we accept as part of the entry requirements. We can accept multiple test scores. So, for example, if you sat for the IELTS and scored 7 overall, and in 3 bands you scored 7, but writing you scored 6.5, you can actually sit for the one retake IELTS, get 7 in writing, and we can club and combine the scores. Same goes for the PT as well. We can club and combine PT scores. We can also club and combine IELTS and PT scores together as well. We do look at exempting of the English language test. If you studied bachelor's or master's, 2 years or more, full-time, face-to-face taught in English, while living in New Zealand, Australia, US, UK, Canada, Ireland, and South Africa. So if you studied bachelor's degree or 2 years or higher, or master's degree from one of these 7 countries taught in country, then we can look at enrolling, we can look at exempting, which means if you've done your master's of 1 year, or bachelor's of 3 or 2 years from in UK, then we can look at exempting, but that should be completed in UK. It cannot be a satellite campus in your home country. Okay. Also, in terms of, we also do interview. So as per the Teaching Council requirement, we have to do face-to-face interview with all our students. And after the interview, the file goes to selection to issue offer letter and invoice. In terms of bachelor's of teaching, so it's meant for somebody who's a high school graduate. So if you're a high school graduate from your home country, then you can look at studying our bachelor's qualification of 3 years. The entry requirement is you need to be a high school graduate and meet language requirements, which is language cert 35 out of 50 in each band, or PT of 65 in each band. IELTS same, 7 in each band, because these courses again lead to teachers registration. So they have the English language requirements set by the Teaching Council of New Zealand. They go through our interview process, and then we issue the offer letter and invoice. So we also offer pathway program. So for example, if you're a high school graduate, but you don't have IELTS of 7 in each band, or you want to start one course at a time, then you can look at studying our pathway programs, which is diploma level 5, which is 1 year. This is equivalent to first year of bachelor's degree. Then you can complete level 6, which is second year of bachelor's degree. And after doing 2 years, you get credits to move straight into year 3 of bachelor's of teaching, then leads to teachers registration. We also offer the same pathway for bachelor's of education, but please note bachelor's of education do not lead to teachers registration. So in terms of diploma qualifications, the entry requirement for New Zealand diploma level 5, you need to be a high school graduate, 18 years above in age, IELTS of 5.5 overall with 5 in each band, or PT of 42 overall with 36 in each band. And you can then move on to level 6. In order to enroll for New Zealand Diploma in EC level 6, you need to be a level 5 graduate. So you can't enroll straight into level 6. You need to be a level 5 graduate. IELTS for level 6 overall with 5.5 in each band, or PT of 50 overall with 42 in each band. And after doing level 5 and level 6, you can move into bachelor's third year. So we do offer postgraduate qualifications as well. So anyone interested in study a master's and postgraduate, we do offer qualifications. Now, the basic difference between our undergraduate qualifications and postgraduate qualifications is the undergraduate qualifications, as I mentioned, they lead to teachers' registration, whereas postgraduate qualifications do not lead to teachers' registration. You cannot work as a teacher, but you work more in the education management roles in early childhood, which is as an administrator or researcher, or you're working more as a tutor or lecturer, teaching the EC teachers to become early childhood teachers. So more non-teaching roles. This qualification, there is no practical component in my postgraduate. There are more theory and research based. So the postgraduate and master's qualification, the entry requirement is you need to hold 3 years bachelor's degree and meet language requirements of 6.5 overall with 6 in each band, or PT of 58 overall with 15 each band. We got 4 intakes here: February, May. The next intake we have is in August and then October. And as I mentioned, they do not lead to teachers' registration. So these are some of the useful links, which talks about the Teaching Council of Aotearoa, New Zealand's English language requirements. So if you want to see more information about the language requirements set by the Teaching Council, you can find on this link. About NZQA Rule 18 as well, there is a whole lot of information about the English language requirements. Now, Education Gazette is a website by Ministry of Education, which talks about vacancies in teaching field, in teaching sector in New Zealand. So I can give you an update that at any point of time, there are 400 to 500 vacancies only in early childhood education. It's this qualification, there is a shortage of early childhood teachers in New Zealand. Immigration New Zealand recognizes it because it's under Immigration New Zealand Green List under high skilled occupations. It leads to almost for our graduates, it's been 100% job outcomes till date. More than 80% of our students even have a job offer even before they graduate because of severe shortage of teachers in New Zealand. And the minimum pay our graduates currently earning is $30 an hour, 30 New Zealand dollars an hour. That's the minimum pay our graduates are earning right now. So there's a whole lot of careers information we can discuss during the question and answer sessions as well. These are addressed. So we have 2 campuses in Auckland and Christchurch. So you're more than welcome to enroll into our qualifications at any of our campuses. We are in Auckland. The head office is in Auckland, but we also have a campus in Christchurch, the 2 largest cities in New Zealand. So you're more than welcome to enroll into our courses. It gives you the flexibility in any of the 2 campuses. These are email addressed. If you want to get more information about the college or about the courses, you can email us at international@tertiarycollege.ac.nz, or you can find all this information on our website, www.nztertiarycollege.ac.nz. Yes, Becky, should I open it for question and answer sessions? Should I stop sharing? Becky, you're mute.
Yeah, thank you. We have a few questions here. Let's clear those before we move on to you, Song. First, the question here is there any age limit? I will just answer that one. So at NZTC, your minimum age is 18 and above, right? And sorry, Sonia, you're welcome to answer this question.
Yeah. So there is no age limit. As long as you're 18 years above in age, you can enroll into our qualifications. But if you're looking to study, if you're a graduate from your home country and you're looking to study a graduate diploma in teaching or postgraduate masters, there is no age limit. We have students in their 50s and 60s as well, who had studied our qualifications. and we welcome students from all backgrounds, age, and experience. So not a problem.
Okay, here we comes the other question, and your answer may just covered this one as well. This attendee asked, "I'm not an education graduate, but I graduated BS biology, and I've been in the field of teaching science." In the Philippines for 10 plus years. So there's no age limit for that. So that's that one. And then the next one is this candidate has a bachelor degree in secondary major in English and has been teaching in primary school in home country. Can she or he take the graduate diploma in teaching ECE?
Yes, definitely. So we have students who are primary and secondary teachers back in their home country, and you can look into studying a graduate diploma in teaching in early childhood education with us. As I mentioned, we do not look at previous experience or the degree in a particular stream. So as long as you have a 3 years bachelor's degree, and as you know, you do meet requirements. So we have students all the time who are primary or secondary or tertiary teachers from their home country, but now they want to specialize in early childhood education. So we would welcome you to apply.
Right. Thank you, Sanyu. Song and Gloria, you're welcome to contribute to the answers to any of those questions. Just readdress here that Song and Gloria are both our immigration advisors, and they are specializing in visas and dealing with immigration questions or matters. And then coming to, we have lots of questions coming up. Right, the next one. Sorry, it keeps jumping. That's all. Student completed professional diploma in teaching and learning from. No. Sorry, this student has. Right, we're gonna skip this one because that's okay, this is a very long question, but I'll keep it short. So basically, this candidate's background have done a BA in a university as well as MED from another country, already assessed by the NDQA level 9, PTE down. Is this enough to get the teacher registration in New Zealand?
Okay, Upeka. So to answer your question, the students from your background have to study a qualification of graduate diploma in teaching before you go for teacher's registration. If you're looking to be an EC teacher, because you need to be qualified as well, and just not registered, you need to be qualified as well for an early childhood center, a childcare center, your employer to give you a job in New Zealand. So childcare centers, EC centers or kindergartens in New Zealand, they're looking at two things: registration, yes, but you also need to be qualified in New Zealand curriculum. That's where you have to study graduate diploma in teaching qualification.
Right. Now, Sonia, I'm going to carry on with the presentation. We're going to stop the answering questions now. Let Song to carry on with the remaining presentation. So are you okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Right. Here we go.
Okay, now most of you will be not just interested to do the study, but you're interested to do the pathway to residence, right? So basically, there are certain rules in terms of what you can do after your study, whether you are entitled or eligible for a post-study work visa. Okay, basically, you have to do a bachelor degrees in order to minimum a bachelor degree level 7 in order to have 1 year post-study work visa. It depends on how long is your bachelor degree. Is it 1 year, then you get 1 year post-study work visa. If your bachelor degree is 2 years or 3 years, you get 2 or 3 years work visa. So for for qualification like graduate diploma in ECE, you have to be specified on that particular green list. And I believe the NZTC graduate diploma is on the list. So if you complete that qualification, which is I think 1 year and 3 months, if I'm not wrong, Sanil,
Yeah.
then you are eligible for 1 year, 3 months post-study work visa. However, please note, when you finish this qualification, you'll be eligible for a post-study work visa, and that work visa will only allow you to work in as a teacher as in ECE center. Okay, you cannot take up any other work. Okay, unless you want to do a postgraduate diploma level 8 or master degree, which is a level 9, then you're eligible either 1 year or 3 years post-study work visa. Okay, similarly for PhD. So why this is important? Because this will give you, sometimes when you finish, you may not get your full-time work straight away. You may get part-time, because when you have the work visa, employers will be more willing to employ you and give you a trial. And after you work for a few months, and if they like you, they will give you full-time. Once you have full-time, then you can apply for either accredited employer work visa. Then you'll be on your pathway to residence. Because for ECE or for teachers, the pathway to residence is that you only need to work 2 years skill employment in New Zealand, then you're eligible to apply a residence after 2 years of skill work experience in New Zealand. Okay, Becky, next. Yeah, basically, this is the overview of currently what we have in New Zealand. In fact, today they made another big announcement as well. But anyway, there are 3 pathways. One is a skilled migrant resident pathway, the green list pathway. ECE is on the green list, is on tier 2 green list, meaning it's a work to residence. You need to have 2-year work experience as a ECE teacher, then you're eligible to apply for residence. And we have a care workforce and transport sector pathway. Today's the announcement is that the transport sector agreement has now been removed. So there's no more resident pathway for bus driver or truck driver from today's onwards. Next. So this is just an overview of what we have in the current the new SMC, new skilled migrant category. So we have SMC 6 points and green list pathway and sector agreements. What's interesting is that, for example, if you complete a ECE graduate diploma, technically you require 2 years to proceed to your residence pathway. However, if you have a master degree, you only need one more year. In other words, while you're teaching in ECE after your GD here, today I just have another client to call me who has I think she has a master degree, but at the same time she completed not master degree, she has a PhD, but because she find it easier to get a job, a skill work in ECE. So she also completed a GD in ECE, and immediately she got an offer of a job from ECE Center, which is paid above the medium wage. Immediately she can apply for resident because she has a PhD. So interesting. Some people may go through a big round in order to get into this SMC 6 pathway, resident pathway, but she actually chose to do ECE. That means that she made the right decision. She actually got a job immediately after she finished her her graduate diploma in ECE. Okay, next. Okay, any more Q&A?
Soon, I want you, Gloria, you can chip in as well. I want you to talk about some of the students who are looking to study our courses, like in graduate diploma. They can bring their they get benefits to bring their family as well. Correct?
Yes, yes. Be careful. You must this is only possible for those qualification that is listed, specified, and mentioned in the green list. And graduate diploma in teaching in ECE is on the green list. Yes.
Yeah.
And about just now we talk about the age limit, right? So there's no age limit in terms of study, in terms of work visa, but there's an age limit in terms of residence. The maximum is the age limit for residents under skilled migrants category is 55 years old.
Must be under 55, right, soon.
55 and below, yeah.
They can't apply when they turn 55, though. They gotta be under 50.
They can still apply on 55 so long as there's not
Okay.
56. Yeah.
Right. I will carry on with the questions from our Q&A list. So for this one from Joseph, I would like to know what will be the opportunity of a that just jumped. What will be the opportunity of a current master teaching in the Philippines?
I think
Joseph.
Yeah. Sorry, any of you welcome.
Okay, maybe I just add on to this because just now, like Sanya has mentioned, sometimes we get a lot of questions asked about, oh, I got a master degree, or I already have because I already am a teacher in Philippines or in Malaysia or India. Do I need to go through this graduate diploma or any teaching teaching study in New Zealand? So despite you being a teacher in your home country, like Daniel say, some of the curriculum and the systems are so different in New Zealand. So it is always best to actually come to New Zealand and do either a one-year graduate diploma or bachelor or postgraduate diploma in teaching, so that it's easier for you to get a job. Because it's not just that you finish the work and get a post-study work visa, you want a job. That is what you. Sorry, I just mute this up. Okay. So it is very important that you actually come here and learn about the curriculum, learn about the education system here. I have to take this call. Maybe Sanil, can you take over?
Yeah, sure. So as my soon mentioned, so we always engage as an institution. We always engage with the early childhood education sector, which means the preschools, and they want the students to be qualified in New Zealand curriculum. So even though you have vast experience and qualifications back in your home country, they want you to have an understanding of New Zealand early childhood curriculum, which we teach in graduate diploma or bachelor's qualification. So you would have to study our qualification, which will allow you to have an understanding of New Zealand curriculum. And once you go on, easy to find a job as a qualified, New Zealand qualified and early unregistered ECE teacher.
Okay.
I might add something there, because New Zealand, in order for you to get residency in New Zealand, it's employer-based, so you gotta have an employment, and it's easier to get employed by a New Zealand employer if you are in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I move on to the next question? Do you have a visa sponsorship that this candidate is from the Philippines? What do you mean by visa sponsorship? Sorry, this anonymous candidate asked, do you have a visa sponsorship? Candidate is from the Philippines. I believe it says visa sponsorship. Do you mean by um, who we can assist with your visa application? We do have Song and Gloria here who uh, are able to assist. Um, but if you have any further questions, feel free to ask again in details. Um, the next one from Suresh, what's the cost of bachelor and availability of scholarships?
Yes, Suresh. So the cost, the bachelor's qualification, the fees, the 2024 fees is 24,000 New Zealand dollars per year. So it's 24,000 per annum per year. And we currently are not offering scholarships to most of the international students. Uh, the simple reason is because the EC is in demand, early childhood education is demand, and that's why we're not offering currently scholarships to our international students right now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then we have Donald. Can I teach in secondary school? Oh, I jumped. Sorry. Can I teach in secondary school? I had a Bachelor of Arts in English and 5 years teaching in secondary public school English subject. Maybe you can answer that one, Sunil.
Yeah, so Donald, if you're looking to study a qualification with us, we only specialize in early childhood education. So all our courses specialize in early childhood, which means you're teaching kids in the age group of 0 to 5 years, which are in kindergarten. So if you're looking to become a secondary teacher, you have to study a qualification in secondary, which may be offered by some universities in New Zealand. So but we do not, unfortunately, we do not offer in secondary teaching. We only offer in early childhood education. But we have students from your background who are secondary teachers in their home country. They are studying early childhood education qualification with us because the job outcomes are very high as compared to other sectors in teaching.
Right. Thank
Okay,
you,
can I
Sunil.
add? Yeah, can I add this? Yeah, NZTC is not offering, but if you're interested to do a study in secondary teaching, we are welcome to contact us or Becky or RBS, so we can actually find your alternative pathway.
Yes, Donna, if you can drop a line with the contact details, and we can give you further information about programs that's specific in secondary school teaching. Thank you. And then from Shamaray, is it only early childhood education, or can I do anything on subject-specific teaching? And are jobs guaranteed?
So
Like I say, you can do that. Today we are talking about early childhood educations. If you are interested in any other areas, drop us a line and we can get back to you. And again, we can't guarantee any jobs. It all depends on the market force, because currently, like Sanil say, ECs is in demand. There's a lot of people actually getting trained and getting jobs in this area. So it depends on individual. Some people prefer EC, some people prefer primary or secondary. So we don't guarantee jobs because it depends on the performance, right? So before you even talk about jobs, you need to have qualification and you need to get registered.
Okay, thank you. So, and for this anonymous attendee, that I'm already doing my, sorry, this is jumping. I'm already doing my master in early childhood education in the Philippines, and I had 10 years of work experience as a preschool teacher. Do I need to study again, or can I take an equivalent exam to get a visa? We have touched this slightly early, but so would you like to add a bit more on this?
Yeah, so like I say, you need to have a qualification, get registered, and then get a jobs. So if you are not in New Zealand, it'd be difficult for you to get a job offer from Philippines or from outside New Zealand, because most of the time, most of our clients, when they finish their studies, they get a post-study work visa. They get to try it out in school, try it out in the ECE centers so that the school can assess whether you're suitable or not. Okay, it's not just about qualification or getting registers. They want to see you in person teaching so that they can actually assess you. And most often than not, if you have a post-study work visa, so they can easily offer you a job 20 hours, 12 hours to test it out. And then you find you good, that you're good, then they offer you full times. Once they offer you full time, they will give you sponsor you a full 5-year visa. With that visa, you have a pathway to residence. So that's why it's important. Sometimes it's not just about whether you have the qualification or not. You need to have a local qualification. You need to have the post-study work visa so that you can actually find a job here easily. But at the beginning, you may not get full-time work, full-time job offer. You may get 12 hours, 10 hours. So that is why we keep stressing that you need to go through this pathway. Yeah. Am I right, Sanil?
Yes, correct. Yes, as soon explained, and as I said, the feedback from the early childhood education sector is they're surely looking at whether you have some understanding of the New Zealand curriculum. So that's why even though we have some students who got teachers registration based on their overseas qualification, they were being pushed back by their employers to go back and have a qualification in ECE in New Zealand. So yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to phone. And I'm a teacher here in the Philippines, and Bachelor of Elementary Education major in in special education with 18 units early childhood special education. I'm also finished my master in special education and has 42 units in PhD. So what pathway should I go?
Okay, again, this is we're repeating the same thing. Having knowledge in special education is very good, but New Zealand special education is very different from other countries. I'm not sure whether you are familiar with New Zealand special educations. It is easy if you specialize in special education, you'll be more in demand compared to any other normal ECE teachers. Okay, so again, you need to be immersed and familiarized with New Zealand curriculum. That is the key. That's why we encourage students to think about it, to actually come here and do a 1 year, 1.5 year short course before we can assuredly to tell you that you get a job easily. Yeah.
Can I add?
Yeah, sure.
So the education system in the Philippines is so different from the New Zealand education system. And that's why we're emphasizing, even if you have a master's degree in the Philippines, to consider the graduate diploma. And as Soon said, once you have a graduate diploma and you are in New Zealand, it's easier then for you to be tried by New Zealand employer. And once the New Zealand employer sees how good you are, then you could be on your way to getting your residence visa.
Thank you, Gloria. We have a few more questions to go, so we'll have to move on. And this is from another anonymous attendee. I'm currently in Australia studying Master of Education, and I will be graduating next year. I also have 8 years of secondary teaching experience in the Philippines and a teacher assistant for special needs here in Australia. Can I apply for direct teacher registration already?
Yeah, I think you can. Definitely you can. You can register, but then how are you going to get a job offer? Okay. Having the qualification or even work experience in Australia is the added advantage. Okay. So certainly you can try, but if you still couldn't find work because despite having a registration, maybe you want to consider and come to talk to us and see whether you want to do a study, do a program, because like, as I say, you need to be able to have a conditional work visa. So the post-study work visa, the way it works is that It depends on the level that you're doing. If you're doing level 8 and 9, then you have an open work visa, meaning you can work in any sector. But if you are doing a GD diploma in ECE, your work visa, post-study work visa, is only limited to ECE as an ECE teacher. So, but even with that, it's easier. It's a lot easier for you to actually approach an employer and get an offer.
Okay, thank you. So, we're going back to Jocelyn's question. Sorry, this Q&A kept jumping. I'm not an education graduate, but I have my bachelor's degree in business administration major in financial management, and took education units and bought passes for teachers. I'm currently a senior high school teacher in the Philippines. Can I be qualified for this program?
Yes, just to answer that question, Jocelyn, yes, you can look into studying our graduate diploma in teaching in early childhood education. We look at bachelor's degree. It can be from any stream. So yeah, you are eligible to study, enroll into our qualification. So just go get in touch with us or the RBS team.
Thank you, Sanyo. The next one is
it's from Hazel.
It's from Hazel.
Sorry, my Q&A panel keep jumping. So
okay, so
right.
Hazel, to answer your question, if you're looking to study early childhood education with your background, you can. As I answered the previous query, it can be from any bachelor's degree. So as long as you hold bachelor's degree from any stream, you can look into studying for graduate diploma in teaching qualifications. We would need to see a 3 years bachelor's degree and meeting English language requirements of IELTS 7 in each band or PTO 65 in each band to enroll through with us. Just to answer Kumar's question, what job scope does Masters of Education lead to? So Masters, they do not lead to teachers registration. So you can't work as a teacher, Kumar, but you work more in non-teaching roles in early childhood, which is more in education management. So if you're looking at administrator, tutor, or lecturer, or more research, or if you want to further study PhD in a university, then you can look and studying our master's qualification.
And this can also lead to becoming a center manager if you want to.
So for center manager, I think they still need teachers registration.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but that's what we have seen. Some of our master students who went to work as a center manager, they being one of the prerequisites seen in the job ads is they need to be holding a teacher's registration.
I mean, can I add that for center owners, they don't need that, if I'm okay?
Yeah. If you want to open your own centers, being an entrepreneur, sure, you can, That's why that's how the master is good for education management roles you're looking at, yeah.
Right. The next one, can a dependent visa holder join this course?
I'll leave it to you.
Okay, dependent visa holder. Do you mean that currently having a domestic student visa? If that's the case, you need to enroll as an international student. You can't a dependent visa holder.
I think soon I can clarify that question. It's more about the student bringing the spouse and kids on this. So it'll be good to know about how the spouse and kids visa can be done with graduate diploma qualification or further qualifications.
Yeah, that means you can't. You have to get another visa. These are.
I believe some graduate diploma early childhood spouse can join them.
No. I think they follow the courses.
So
the question is,
I think if you're a dependent on a dependent work visa, we have to. If you're already in New Zealand on dependent work visa, you can look at enrolling into studying our qualifications by applying for VOC on work visa. We had some students who are on dependent work visas with the partner's work visa as a main visa. So that's what you can do at. Either you can go for student visa or you can be on a work visa but apply for variations of condition, which if working in an EC sector.
I was gonna say, because the work visa of the dependent will have conditions, so you have to look at the conditions of your visa.
Right. New Zealand.
There's a question. May I have a copy of your program offer and its process? It's a get trouble. So the information is there on our website, New Zealand tertiarycollege.ac.nz, or you can get in touch with us, email us. The information is on the website, and or from RBS team. I think they'll be able to assist you. Joseph, how to register? Get in touch with the RBS team. They will assist you through with that.
Right. And do you mean how to register interest to study, or how to register as your teacher's lessons? But either way, feel free to contact us. So we'll give you the answers for both. Okay, we're
I'm
gonna
not a K-12 graduate, but K-10 graduate. Yeah, definitely. You can look into studying a bachelor's of teaching qualifications. Because if you're just a K-12 graduate, you do not have a bachelor's degree. You cannot enroll into our postgraduate qualifications, but bachelor's of teaching 3 years. So as I explained, if you need more information, it's available on our website or contact the RBS team. The other one is, what about teachers from Nigeria? Do we have something for us? Yeah, I mean, we are welcome to enroll students from anywhere in the world. So if you're in Nigeria or any part of the world, you can look into enrolling into studying our qualifications.
To apply for study from Nigeria is not an issue. The only thing is probably how Immigration New Zealand assess your visa and the certain criteria for you to look into. And next one, I'm not a K-12.
Yeah, we already answered that.
I already answered that.
We have, I think, next from Jenny. What about I'm working in Hong Kong? So I think, Jenny, you have to elaborate your question to assist you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joseph, how to register for post-study work visa? Guys, Sun or Gloria, please assist.
Yeah, you have to first complete your course of study in New Zealand to apply for the post-study work visa. And your study in New Zealand must meet the requirement for the post-study work visa.
Yeah.
Okay. Language IELTS. Yes. Language requirement IELTS. We need Sunil academic IELTS exam, right?
Yes. So for studying, you have to do academic. So if you're looking to study at NZTC, you would need IELTS academic of 7 overall, with 7 in each band into a bachelor's of teaching or graduate diploma in teaching qualification. Yeah, there's another question on top of it, Becky. I'll just answer that. So my bachelor's degree in secondary education level 7 assessed by NZQA. I really want to teach in New Zealand primary, particularly in EC or primary. What pathway should I take? You have to study graduate diploma in teaching in early childhood education. So that's the pathway which will lead you to become a qualified and registered EC teacher, finding jobs as a teacher in New Zealand. What is the best for me? Masters in Education, Natural Sciences license. So if you are a master's degree holder jobber, you can look into and you're looking to be a teacher in New Zealand, you can look into studying graduate diploma in teaching and early childhood education again, since you hold a master's degree from your home country.
Okay. The next one, this is the second question.
Sorry, Becky, can I add here something here? Guys, there are opportunities of various other options in terms of teaching. It can be secondary, primary, or early childhood. Again, you have options. I believe NZTC, we are talking about EC today, is just to make sure that we are covering as much information about EC today. There are a couple of questions, Becky, have been left in the past. One from J. Mark. I think he said, I've just came to the meeting. I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in mathematics and currently teaching mathematics in senior high school in the Philippines. Can I teach in New Zealand? Now, Son, Gloria, you want to answer the question?
You can teach in New Zealand, but you got to be registered.
Yeah. So again, everyone, guys who have joined recently, the idea is that you can teach in New Zealand when you have registration, or you are qualified by Teaching Council of New Zealand to become a registered teacher. Now, there are multiple ways to become a registered teachers. It can be done through a pathway of study, which we are talking about today. Other option is that you apply with Teaching Council with your assessment, and if you approve you, then you can apply through various job options in New Zealand. And there are ways, but study to teaching job pathway is much favorable pathway because of your previous qualification can be assessed, and you can see how the qualification works. Sorry, jumping in, guys, in the middle. Over to you, Becky.
Okay, thank you. Now jumping to Vanessa's question for the IELTS, should I take it here, my home country, prior to the application? You do have options whether to take it back home, or ideally you should have your English ready before applying. But if you have plans to study English in New Zealand, then that's a different study plan. Hope that helps with your question. And hi, may I from Glacier. Hi, may I have a copy of your program offer and its process? I got trouble with the Zoom update, wasn't able to listen to the webinar. If you are still online, that please feel free to get in touch with us on the screen. There's the email ID at hello@RBS. Feel free to contact us, and we will flick a link of today's webinar, share the video recording with everyone. Done that one. What, this is from another anonymous, what if we go for graduate diploma, after completion we get any job for part-time? Will it longer our length of stay?
No,
I guess,
yeah, you need to we are talking about post-study work visa. So with the post-study work visa, you can only work in the ECE sector. You cannot work in any other sector if you're doing graduate diploma. And the length of the stay, it depends on the length of your study.
Right. Move on to the next anonymous question. For language entry like language search, PTE, IELTS. Oh, sorry, it's just jumping on me.
Becky, are you okay if I
Yes.
take the question, because there are a couple of questions that are left in the middle? So
Sure.
again, that'll be see. I think we can see the question that do you have a sponsorship? I'm from Philippines. See, guys, in this webinar, or we at RBS or at Phil ANC, we don't support on the work visas for New Zealand in terms of becoming a teacher. So anybody who's looking for a sponsorship to become a teacher, we are talking about work. We're talking about study visas only. So we don't support that. I think I'll go to other questions for Vanessa Lapson. For the IELTS, should I take it here from my home country prior to the application? Yes, Vanessa, you are required to give your IELTS or PT or relevant English language test accepted by Teaching Council of New Zealand and the provider. You with NZTC, you can't come into the course till the time you don't get the required IELTS and PT results. I believe Sunil has mentioned it is 7 in each module in IELTS, or if you do PTE, which is PSN test, which is 65 in each module. Sorry, guys, I've been monitoring it, so there have been a lot of new people have been joining the webinar while we are talking. You may see some new questions coming in. Okay. The question is coming from Galiza. Hi, I may have a copy program for and its process. I got a trouble with Zoom. So again, Galiza, as Becky mentioned, we will be making all the presentations kind of live, recording live. You can still email to us, and we can direct it to the relevant counselor or a team member to support you. Now, I believe there's a question which, because we are running this session on YouTube Live also, guys. So it has been coming as multiple questions. What if I go for a graduate diploma after completion? we get any job for part-time, will it be longer or length of stay? So again, I'll be answering it. I'm happy Gloria and Son to join. So you will be getting 1 to 2 year post-study work visa option till the time you get towards your registration completion. You can work part-time while you are studying. You can work part-time even after completion, but as and when you complete your course, you have to look around for centers to get a full-time option. Most of the time, the home centers where you study and work, they normally offer you a job. Again, NZTC help around getting the home center. So again, Sunil, you can add to this question. Which one will be easier?
Yeah. So as Bharat added on, definitely this is what it is. You get 1 year post-study work visa, but the course requires you to do field experience of 16 hours per week in EC center. So that's you will get most of the students are working part-time on student visa in an EC center. So by the time they graduate, they already have a job offer. Most of them, because you're moving towards become a qualified and registered teacher.
Okay, thank you, Sanil. This is for language entry like language search, PT, IELTS, or cert TESOL. Does all of this must have, or just only one from the list? Only one of them is sufficient, and that's as long as it's NZQA recognized the English exam, and one of them is sufficient.
I think can I add to this is that if again Sunil, every test is not accepted by teaching council. Is that correct, or all of them are accepted?
All of these are being accepted by teaching council. So all of them are being accepted by teaching council. So, but most popular is definitely, as you know, IELTS and PT. So they are more popular with international students. But yes, there is a list of English language tests accepted by teaching council. So we can look into that. No problem.
Okay, move on to next. I just finished the Master in Education in Australia. I want to apply for teacher registration in New Zealand. Will I be qualified, and what are the other options other than studying can I do to be able to migrate to New Zealand? We have to touch to this early in this webinar. Is anything?
I think yeah, Son and Gloria, can you add to this? It'll be easier because there'll be a repeat because we are seeing a lot of people joining now with the late time. Today is the time zone change between other countries and Australia and New Zealand. So we are seeing that happening now.
Okay.
Son and Gloria, over to you.
Okay, I can
so
answer.
she can register with New Zealand through the Trans-Tasman Agreement because you've got an Australian qualification. But whether or not you can find an employer to sponsor you is another thing, because as Sun said, it's very important to be in New Zealand in order to be employed. They need to try you out first as a teacher before they will offer you a job.
Yes, this is especially so if you are doing primary and secondary teaching. ECE probably easier, but again, ECE, this curriculum are very different country from country. And while you are doing your post-study work visa, having your post-study work visa is easier for you to get a job offer than if you were to apply from offshore.
Okay,
just to add on this, guys, so if you have Master's of Education in Australia, and if that leads to teaching registration in Australia, get the registration first. It will be then too easy to transfer the registration with New Zealand Teaching Council, and then be able to find a job. But I don't know in terms of the qualification whether how does that work. But if you have Australian Teaching Council registration, you can transfer it to New Zealand Teaching Council registration, as my colleague said, because of Trans-Tasman Agreement.
Okay, thank you, everyone. And the next question from Bridget: are there job opportunities while we study to help with the expenses?
Bridget, to answer this question, yes, our courses have field experience. So you have to do field experience of 16 hours per week in an EC center. So when you arrive in New Zealand to study our qualifications, we'll provide you with a list of EC centers and to sign up as a center for doing field experience. And most of the students are getting paid while they're doing field experience, because you're eligible to work 20 hours per week on a student visa.
Okay, thank you. And then question from Anna Amarillo. If I enroll or apply as a student visa, can my daughter, who's in grade 8, join me and study in New Zealand? Will my spouse be able to work?
Okay, if you are doing, it depends on what type of visa you are doing. If what type of courses you are doing. If you are doing graduate diploma in teaching, which is listed on the green list, then yes, your spouse will be able to join you as a partner. You will get a partner work visa, and then your daughter will be able to be dependent on your partner and not you, because you cannot sponsor your daughter. Only someone who hold a work visa can sponsor the dependents. So the way it works is that you apply for a student visa, undergraduate diploma in teaching in ECE, then your spouse or your partner will be able to apply for a partnership work visa. And when your partner has a partnership work visa, then your daughter will be eligible for a dependent child domestic student visa.
Okay. Thank you, Song. And then next one from Chelani. I have been working as an English teacher under the Ministry of Education, Sri Lanka for 11 years. I could know that the secondary teacher are going to replace the green list in New Zealand. Could we enroll for a work visa?
Sorry.
Sorry, Song. Should I?
Sure, I can answer the question again, Son. If you are, or you want to take, you can take it.
No, I actually got questions from another attendee WhatsApp me.
Okay, well done.
That's right.
That's a good one. So again, just giving up Shalani. Again, if you're working in Sri Lanka, still my suggestion will be that you, again, green list replacement of secondary teaching. What has happened is that with EC teachers, you need to work for 2 years before you go into the what you call. We can apply for residency. Whereas secondary teachers, if you are if you get a job, you can immediately apply for Residency Pathway, which is a new update has come in last week only. Now, student applying for a work visa, no, till then you don't have a job, you can apply for a work visa. But again, if you get a job offer letter, your employer has to sponsor you for a work option. Other option is that what we have seen, most of the I say Asian students which are coming from various countries, they are applying through a study pathway because it's easier to recognize the qualification. But you're welcome to send your CV. We are happy to tell you the process of assessment, and then you can take it forward. Son, you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, again, this is what we have answered before. Most people would actually ask and say if they can apply a residence direct. You certainly can if you get a job offer from the school. But the thing is, I've mentioned before, if you are not here and the school are not unable to trial you, there's very, very little chance that you get an offer from the school. And that's why we keep saying that we encourage people to do a study pathway so that you can be onshore. You can experience the New Zealand's school environment, teaching environment, and actually qualify for it. And then you get a post-study work visa. With that, it's easier for you to land a job, especially full-time job, not just any job. Yeah.
Okay, so
Great,
Shalini here
yeah.
have added a bit more information to her question that she has a bachelor degree in arts, level 7, and PG dip in education management and leadership, and GD in TESOL. So would like to work in New Zealand. If there's any suggestions for her pathway.
Yeah, if you want to work, the first thing is you need to get a job, get an offer from an employer. So now the question is how to get a job from an employer if you are offshore, and especially you're coming from a totally different education background or education system from New Zealand. So it's difficult. It's not easy. Okay, and the best way is to do a study program.
Okay, thank you, Son.
For everyone, what I'm doing is that I'm just adding a job site, which is a for teaching site, in the in the chat box, so that everyone can see and see how it goes. But again, like Son said, it is not easy. You can apply, but the replies will be very difficult. And again, it'd be the suggestion for everyone that again, if you get your qualification assessed with NZQA, it may help you for the long-term approach for your study or study to work options.
Okay, thank you,
Sorry,
Bart.
Becky.
Now, next one. May I know how much the estimated cost or tuition in every semester in postgrad diploma? And this is
So
from
the tuition
anonymous
fees for
attendee.
graduate diploma in teaching is 32,000 New Zealand dollars. That's the full fees. So you have to pay the fees in full for student visa to be approved. That's immigration New Zealand requirement. So you have to for the whole course, the fees for graduate diploma in teaching, it's 32,000 New Zealand dollars.
Okay, thank you, Sonia.
Adding to that is that, guys, this fees again, New Zealand. If you have seen other countries, Australia, UK, Canada, New Zealand follows a different way that you have to pay the fees full after you get approval in principle. You don't need to pay in advance, which means that it gives you an option that as and when your visa gets through, you're paying that. So you actually avoid losing money in your currency exchange when you pay to other countries if your visa is rejected. Ideally, it is good pay and good forward to have a 1 year payment because it helps you to get a full visa at one go. The part payments are not accepted by immigration from the overseas student. If you're onshore, that is again a separate scenario in New Zealand. Again, Son and Gloria, you can add into this if you have just jumped the gun and answered that question.
No, you're right. Yeah, basically the advantage is that you apply the visa first, then you get an approval in principle. That means you are sure to get a visa. Only then you pay the school the full amount. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Sorry, Becky, just want to add on this is that, guys, for anybody who is in the this webinar, just for them, for how we show the funds in New Zealand while applying the visa, we show the 1 year tuition fees plus 1 year living expenses if you're applying for a graduate diploma early childhood, which is technically around 20,000 plus $32,000 for your application of visa. Now, if your course is higher than 1 year, you have to show the extra funds required from the visa perspective. And that is where we recommend everyone, please send your CVs for the further discussions and pointers with our counselors and LIAs. We can come back to discuss with you individually for your cases. Every case will be different. It'll be great to have further sessions. It will make things easier for you. Sorry, Becky.
Thank you. I'm just considering the time. That's all. And there are a couple of questions here. That's the same. It's asking, is it allowed to work while studying in New Zealand? For when you study at NZTC, yes. Then you can tell you a bit more on the work rights.
Yeah, you are eligible to work up to 20 hours per week while on student visa, and during semester and summer breaks, you can work full time. So that's definitely. The next question is graduate diploma in teaching leads to teachers registration? Yes, of course, it leads to teaching council registration. So once you finish our course, you can apply straight for teachers registration as well. Jillian, I'm a graduate in bachelor's degree and master's in education and also a doctorate degree in special. Am I eligible? Am I licensed? So yeah, if you're looking to study teaching qualifications, you are eligible to study graduate diploma in teaching in ECE with us if you're looking to be an early childhood teacher in New Zealand. Hazel, can I work while studying in New Zealand? Yeah, you can work. As I just explained, you can work 20 hours per week on a student visa. And during semester and summer breaks, you can work full time. This will be mentioned on your student visa. The conditions will be mentioned on your student visa.
And we're gonna jump to Mohammed. Hi there. If I have a bachelor's in business studies and 5 years experience as a corporate trainer, am I eligible for a master in teaching?
Mohammed, we do not offer masters of teaching qualification. We offer graduate diploma in teaching in early childhood education if you're looking to be an EC teacher. If you're not looking to be an EC teacher, then we offer masters of early childhood education if you're more keen to work in the education management roles. So there are two qualifications which may fit your profile. So get in touch with the NZTC or the RBS team to assist you with more information.
I think just to add to Mohammed for your reference, you have been doing a bachelor's for the visa purposes. It will be good to see that you manage your relevant background. Because you're a corporate trainer, you can go to other areas of training and assessment apart from teaching. Just make sure that one thing is very different what you're teaching in early childhood or secondary or primary compared to what you get corporate training, or you're doing a tertiary training studies. Because tertiary training might be a very different case scenario for you coming in, and your background is a bit different here, what we're going in. I think I can take some questions from Becky if you're okay, Becky.
Sure.
I'll be adding to speed here. Once done with the graduate diploma in teaching, how can someone stay in and work? Again, see, whoever's asked the question, you can stay up to 1 to 2 years. While you are there, you can look for a full-time work. If you get a full-time work, your employer can support your further work visas option. Now, as for current policy, if you're studying graduate diploma, teaching ECE for 1 year, and you get your registration for as a teacher, you can work for 2 years, and after 2 years, you can apply for Residency Pathway under current policy. But again, you will get sufficient time to find a job for the career. Now, there's Leslie. Good evening. I'm from Philippines. I graduated in bachelor's in elementary education, specialized in mathematics. I'm currently teaching mathematics in 5th grade, which is primary in New Zealand. I'm now 12 years teaching elementary learners. What is the pathway of New Zealand? Now, again, Sanil, I believe I can answer on your behalf. But the graduate diploma EC pathway can go towards kindergarten and possible towards the primary education. Is that correct? Becoming a primary teacher?
So for primary, she has to study graduate diploma in teaching in primary with universities. But if she's looking to be an early childhood teacher, then we can surely assist her.
Agreed. And again, Leslie, depending on the age, if you're working between kids below 5, then you go with the EC. If you're coming between 5 to, from 5 years to effectively 12 years, you're going to a primary education. From 12 to 14, you are in intermediate education, and from 14 to 18, we are into what we call secondary or a high school or a college group here. So, guys, primary and secondary will be more towards the age factor of 6 to 18, whereas ECs will be below 5. That is how we're following in here. Now, yes, you can do a lot of option, Leslie, but again, we need to see that where you are and how you're standing. So please send your details on email. It will help us, our team, to go into it. And I believe our team from Philippines, from PhilNC, will reach out to you for answer for the question. Currently, question is from Maryland. Currently, I'm a grade school teacher here in the Philippines, master's degree, graduated and gained 48 units in doctor program. Again, becoming as a teacher, Maryland, you have to do a 1-year qualification. Now, getting exemption or cross credit, it's not recommended. Either way, you go for assessment for your qualification with NZQA. That may give you a chance to see that what assessment they come out with, and then you can see can you apply directly or not. So assessment is recommended. Again, we can tell you the process of assessment. Please reach out to us. We can help you out there. Again, Son, Gloria, you want to add anything here on this?
No, I think we have talked about this. The most important thing is you need to get a New Zealand qualifications. Then you have a better chance of landing a job. And the ultimate game is landing a job.
Great.
And landing a job, you have to be in New Zealand to land a job. It's easier to land a job if you are in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agreed. I think we'll go to the last question because most of them are covered now. This Lance, hi there. Yeah, I'm a fresh graduate, no teaching experience, but I have passed the license board exam December 23. I'm also completed my 120 hours of TESOL. Do I need to get experience here in Philippines? And I believe no. Sanil, you're welcome to answer this question. It is your area of
academic. You're more than welcome to apply for a graduate diploma in teaching. We do not require experience. So get in touch with us to get, to enroll in graduate diploma in teaching and early childhood education.
Great. I believe we have answered most of the questions here, guys. And again, whoever have joined recently or late because of the time difference and so on, we recommend everyone to please see the video or the recording of the session. It will be helpful also. Or you can email us at hello@rbsintellect.com. I think Becky will take the formal honors or from anyone you want to add any 30 seconds before we hand it over to Becky back.
Anything else, everyone? else would like to
Maybe you
add?
start with Gloria.
Yeah, so just get in touch with our staff in the Philippines, Phil and C, Len in Baguio City, and Verna and Vanessa in Bacolod City. Or you can
Great. I think the details of both Baguio office and Bocolo office can be given. But again, Gloria, you're welcome to add into Tagalog also if you want to add any last minute for the people. But again, over to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they know that I can still speak Tagalog. Maraming salamat sa
Yes.
pag-attending nyo. I've been in Australia for like over 45 years, but I'm still very fluent in Tagalog and also Ilonggo. Thank you very much. Salamat.
Thank you, Gloria.
Oh, over to you, Son.
Oh, okay. I think we have a lot of interest. I think the key thing is that get in touch with us, RBS or Gloria or Sanil, because you never know that there's some questions that we're not able to answer. So get in touch, and then or send us your CV, tell us about your circumstances, and then we are here to help you.
Thank you, Son. It's my pleasure to have you all and everyone attending today's webinar. I am now officially announced that that's the end of our webinar. Feel free to contact us at hello@rbs.co.com. Otherwise, we were sharing. Otherwise, we are sharing the link of this recording with you, and it's also going to be available on YouTube in the next. Bart, would you say a day or two?
Yeah, in next 24 hours, or 24 to 48 hours maximum.
Yeah.
But again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sanil from RBS. Thank you, Son. Thank you, Gloria. And thank you, everyone who've been attended the session for a bit more than 1 hour, what we predicted. But it's great to see 50 plus questions have been answered on this session, which is nice. And again, please email us. Thank you, Becky, for your support and running the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good evening.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good evening.